Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please buy any device AFTERBIRTH Plus. Make sure you move it over to Eden this time. Don't want any mix-ups. What the heck? 7 BDM 4G 9V. Dude. Okay, the speed down sucks. Mysterious Liquid's good. Judas's Shadow. What did I do to deserve this beautiful run? Never mind, it blows. They gave me a demon, no, not a demon heart. They did give me a, no, they didn't give me a demon heart. Hold on. They're gonna give me some demon hearts when I become Dark Judas. You gotta cut me some slack on the dialogue, okay? It's been a long day of recording. I don't know, this is like video 9 or 10. Rarely do I run a 2 a day of Isaac. And I don't mean more than one episode. I mean more than one recording session. But I got the time. And you know why I got the time? I don't wanna brag. But my Sekiro session might have ended earlier than expected today. So I got a little bit of time for one more episode of Isaac here right at the tail end of the day before I start my version of the weekend. Whatever the heck that's actually gonna look like. Now you don't need me to tell you this, I'm 100% positive. But it's an incredibly strong start to this run. There's like no negatives except speed. Capricorn has our damage at a great level. Mysterious Liquid is actually really, really strong, especially early against enemies that might run us down before we get the DPS necessary to kill them, which, to be fair, we already have. And then on top of that, I mean, Cube of Meat is nice, but, you know, full disclosure and spoilers, we're going to sack at the sack altar for sure. And Judas's Shadow, we're definitely going to try to take advantage of on this floor after we get to deal with the devil. Why not, right? Hilary Duff said it best. Why not take a crazy chance? And you know what comes next. Not Nest, that's Resident Evil. Sing it if you know it. Why not do a crazy ooh ah ooh ah. See, I can't really muster the ooh ah. I never could muster it to begin with. I don't know how he makes that sound. Rob's got a pretty good one. I just say the words fast. Ooh ah ah ah. Tricked people into believing that's how it's supposed to sound, but we all know it's not true. Now. Thank you, Batwing. Thank you, Bombs are Key. No thank you, Battery Charge. I'm sorry to break the thank you streak, but the Battery Charge, it's just not doing anything for me. Alright, this is our moment of truth. Punching Bag, not really worth much. But pulling aggro from enemies in some situations might be worth, I don't know, something. Not too much. It's a dubious item. An item of dubious quality. You know, dubious is kind of like what Mathis's name would be if he was in the Roman Empire. Sorry, that's a Dan joke. Okay, we don't want that yet. We might as well, because we're going to become Dark Judas. It makes the most sense, I think, to just pick up the item. I'm just making sure I'm not ending my streak for no reason. Thank you. And you know what? Pretty good sack on this one. Might as well get a bookworm set up. Then we'll switch to Void. Now, I could and perhaps will use Void to suck up Book of Belial. But I also, I'm trying to think, does Void work on items in the shop that we have not actually purchased? Let's find out. First, let's do this. It does not. That's okay. Because, I mean, we don't really, I was going to say we don't want to suck up the ladder, but that's not fair. We do want to suck up the ladder because it would become a statistical improvement, but you know, we're not going to pay 15, I mean, we can't even, so don't even worry about it. I will suck this up. I really doubt we're going to use it for the purposes that we would need to, but we got 6 rooms until we get a free charge anyway. So, I mean, you really couldn't ask for a much better start early on. 9 rate of fire, we'd like that to be lower. It's a great trick of the light that the tier stat plays on you. You know what I mean? Like, you see 9, and you go, dude, that's a pretty good rate of fire. And it's not terrible, but it is below average. But 9 damage effectively as well. Speed's back up there. HP is not in a delicate position, but definitely out of all of our stats, probably requires the most finesse moving forwards. Let's see if we can cheat the system and get through this floor. I don't want to get through the floor faster, but I want to get to the special rooms ASAP, because having charges on Void, you know, could make a difference of, you know, 1 or 2 statistical improvements per floor. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. You're alive. I can't say you're alive without, you know, at least mentally finishing it with Sindel's line. Sindel? Anyway, from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die. You know, as a previous connoisseur of movies that are so bad they're good, if you haven't seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that's up there on the so bad it's good rankings. It also stars a couple of noteworthy actors. James Remar, you might know him as Dexter's dad. He plays Raiden, who consults the Elder Gods, like on the regular. Appreciate the tiers upgrade. Very, very helpful without a doubt. But we are still on the lookout for our item room. I think we gotta go with it. Why not, right? Last thing, we'll check the shop. I mean, you've probably seen enough Isaac at this point. Look, I'm running on fumes. It's been a long day. Lots of high-octane gameplay. Dude, I got no... This is my mindless game, okay? Apart from this, I got no mindless games in the hopper right now. Fighting the endgame bosses in Sekiro. I don't know how to use Mr. Meeseeks with Void. It's just asking for trouble. I think we'll just go here. Try this on. Okay, interesting. You know, to slay the Spire, I gotta get out my freaking slide rule to figure out which cards to put into the deck at this point. Enter the Gungeon. 99 bullets on the screen at all times. One little pixel in the corner is absolutely safe. And then, of course, Isaac, where I get the chance to actually banter, but now my brain glycogen is at an all-time low. People have told me brain glycogen is not a real thing. I ask you one simple question. Who do you trust, the so-called doctor or a streamer who holds a 4-year degree from a Canadian university in biology? It's very simple. They could be a doctor of anything, you know? They don't have to be a neurologist. They could be a foot doctor. I studied biology, which means I could know everything. Do I? Well, you know, actions speak louder than... So I'm just gonna move on. You guys, you see that couple died of the bubonic plague? We're living in weird times. I think it was from a UK tabloid. So those two phrases put together makes me think that it's potentially a little dubious, but it seemed to check out. It didn't hit my BS filter, to be honest, but I got a pretty good nose for legitimately fake news, i.e. look at the URL. And if it's davesblog.com, I'd be a little bit more concerned, but... You know, it seemed to be written in a reputable fashion. There's a couple that went to Mongolia, allegedly, and ate a marmot that was infected with the bubonic plague. And I know I'm saying the word weird. And then, you know, both died of the bubonic plague soon after, you know, within a few days. I didn't know, so I knew the plague is obviously a serious deal. Like, human beings, you know, genetically, we're not that different than we were you know, in the 1300s when it was like ravaging through Europe. So I don't think we've got any built-up immunity to the bubonic plague necessarily. Nothing, you know, tangible or, you know, extreme at least. But then, you know, I always just assumed that because of modern medicine, it's kind of like, it's a joke now. Apparently, it's very much not a joke. It's still like not a major problem, but like there is treatment for it. But if you don't get treated within like a day, it could prove lethal. Which is, I mean, just get treated, forehead. But, you know, you gotta understand, you know, as a 30-year-old, there's days where I'm like, I'm hungry, but I don't want to get groceries. You know, you could put things off. For sure. It's a bad habit. But that's something you don't want to put off. Anyway. So, no, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I don't think that, you know, the bubonic plague is back and is going to ravage across, you know, the world. I think that's a little scientifically illiterate. It's just... You know, apparently, like, eating marmot is banned in Mongolia for this exact reason, but they did it anyway to own people, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if we can get some better stats here. I don't understand it, dude. Like, there's some dangerous foods I can get behind. I don't know. Sure, why not? I don't know if I can get behind... eating a food that might give you probably the most notorious infectious disease in human history. I think some people, and I don't think this is a controversial opinion at all, I think some people are just maybe born that way. If you tell them that something's illegal, their first, or frowned upon even, their first hunch is going to be that for whatever reason, it's illegal because it's too much fun. I don't know if there's anything that's illegal because it's too much fun. Like, all the things you might be thinking of, I think they're illegal because they genuinely have people thinking that they're public health risks. Which in some situations might be true, and in some situations might be a little bit pearl clutchy, for sure. But I definitely don't think that any, like, substance or activity is illegal because the government is like, people shouldn't have that much fun. You know, if you're like, well, what about doing a motorcycle wheelie on the highway? I think, you know, that, I mean, I don't even know. That's probably illegal under, like, dangerous or reckless driving statutes. But, like, I think that, yeah, it should be illegal at, you know, unsafe speeds because you could scar somebody for life having to clean up your mess, if you know what I mean. The bubonic plague, I mean, what do you think? The Mongolian government is just like, somebody think of the marmots. I guess it's possible, but I would be surprised. Anything a government tells me not to eat, I'm probably not gonna eat it. Now, I probably also would not assume that it would lead to me getting the Black Death. I deserve that damage. But still, you know, you play silly games, you win silly prizes. I know there's people in my life who'd be like, hey, don't chop off your own head. They'd be like, oh, sorry, what'd you say? I was too busy getting my samurai sword out of storage. It's like those people like that are the reason that other people think reverse psychology actually works. So the best defense against reverse psychology is literally just knowing what you actually want to do, I think. And also investigating what rodents you should and should not eat when you're on holiday. Anyway, I'm not saying it served them right, but there's definitely... I mean, I'm not coming across as the most sympathetic guy here. They illegally hunted and killed an animal, okay. That's not like a death-worthy offense, but, you know, I'm not really the judge, Judy, and executioner here, you know? They got a disease that they would have been protected from. Hold on. Yeah, this is free shops. Mind you, there's only one left, but still. That they would have been protected from if they just followed the law, so it's kind of like... I don't want to say I have no sympathy. I would just say I have limited sympathy in this situation, you know? Is it fair in a cosmic sense? No. What would have been fair is if they got... The doctor was like, oh my god, you might have the bubonic plague. And they went, oh my god, I'm so terrified. And then like 2 days later, the doctor was like, well, the blood test came back and it turns out it's just, you know, crotch rot. That would have been an appropriate punishment. But unfortunately, you know, the world works in mysterious ways. Shouldn't laugh about it, but... I mean, I was gonna say you gotta laugh, but you don't really have to laugh, Ruka. You don't have to. You could. It's like a DD Mega Doodoo situation. It's not hard to find the tragedy in this situation. If anything, I would say it's hard to find the humor. So I'm really like a hero in many ways. Just follow the rules. I mean, at least the ones that, you know, are obviously there for a reason. Like don't eat marmot. That's not something. That's not like you can't cross a bridge on Tuesday in Montgomery, Alabama, wearing a hat. You know, it's not. It doesn't seem like one of those laws. That seems like one of the ones that, you know, they got a darn good reason for. And you know what a darn good reason is? That animal potentially being a carrier for disease that wiped out like a third of Europe's population in the medieval era. So how's this run going? It hasn't gotten that much better since, you know, we got the major linchpins, but, I mean, it's certainly obviously great, and I'm happy to see it. You know, it's nice for me to be having a pretty easy wind down here. Hopefully. Not so nice for you. Maybe you're searching for blood. This is probably the wrong video in that case. Dude, I've been sitting like real badly. I was like, why does my back hurt? Well, maybe because I'm sitting like I got a cat back. You know what I mean? Can you may go, Ruka. You may leave. There you go. I was wondering, now I'm like, okay, now I can push up the wheels of the chair. By pushing up the wheels of the chair, I can put my back comfortably against the back. I can move the microphone. And we're back to good levels here. Relaxed. I don't think you should... Well, you know, never mind. Because what I was going to say is I don't think you should follow the rules in every circumstance. But I really feel like in most circumstances, you should probably just follow the rules. I learned some very valuable lessons about the rules at many points in my life. And I'm being... Like, this is not a satirical bit. When I was a kid... You know, I was probably like 7 or 8. I was taking swimming lessons. What's the #1 rule if you're at a public pool? You don't run on the deck. Because if you run... I mean, I didn't know this at the time. Well, you know, let me just let the story illustrate what happened. I was like, no running on the deck. That's stupid. I like running, and it's faster. Why are you trying to hold me back just because other people can't handle it? My mom comes to pick me up from the swimming lesson. I'm excited. I get out of the pool, start running on the deck. I hear the pool instructor go, don't run on the... Wet feet plus speed plus tile equals bloody nose, basically. I slipped. Busted my face up. Not, like, badly, but, you know. I mean, as a kid, you're resilient. Long story short, now I understand. Don't run on the pool. Don't run at the pool. Running with scissors, I don't know. That one, it's probably just good not to run with scissors, but I've never encountered a situation where it seemed like, you know, I guess it would really suck to trip and fall and then, like, stab yourself through the chest with a pair of scissors. I don't know how many times it's happened in human history. Enough for it to be a rule, I guess. I should probably just trust that one. The juice ain't worth the squeeze there. I don't know why the... Oh, I made it out. The boss music seems so loud to me right now. Maybe it's just... I've aged since the last time I played the game. So I don't, you know, I want things to be a little bit on the quieter side here. What do you got for me? I mean, why not, right? Pretty nice improvement for us. And yeah, we miss out on having the Emperor card, which would be nice for this floor, but... I mean, statistically, I think we got a nice little boost there. So we would really, the only thing that's really holding us back, if anything here, is, well, that was well worth the key. Why do I even pick up question marks? The only thing holding us back here, if anything, is HP. So I think that the most important upgrade we could get, and we won't take anything from our deal with the devil on this floor unless the situation changes, because, like, we don't know what the items are going to be. It's basically, Curse of the Unknown on a run like this is the only thing that can stop us. Curse of the Blind, I mean. Yeah, just walk right over the spikes, thinking you can fly, and then almost take double damage. Wow. That would have been really, I mean, we would have lived, but it would have been dumb. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. Mom's coin purse. Speed down. Questions. Bombs are key. Questions. You know what? Rather just roll this bombs are key pill. Let's not throw any risk into the factor here. And now we got a Curse of the Unknown. It's like everything's conspiring to be humorous right now, which is not allowed. The only thing that is allowed to be funny on my own YouTube channel are the comments. Not even me, okay? Book it, dude. Anyway, we want 9 lives, is what I was gonna say. Forgot there was still a laser alive there. We're very lucky to have not been hit. I'm not gonna really stress out until we get hit like 2 or 3 times, but I think we have 5 HP. So it's not a very great situation. I mean, our DPS is outrageous, but the risk definitely still exists. So this is a perfect opportunity for a chariot card. I'm extremely appreciative. Now get me out of this freaking nightmare. I've never seen the television program I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but I gotta say that right now, you know, I kind of like resonate with what it seems like their deal is. I always assumed, like, the worst about that show. Like, it was a show about, like, you know, celebrities were in the area where a natural disaster happened, and they're trying to, like, evacuate through normal means. They can't get through, so they gotta pull out the red phone that says, like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And then, like, a private helicopter comes in. I don't really know. I mean, this show, it wouldn't be well liked, I think. If anything, it would reflect very poorly on the celebrities themselves who are not, you know, suffering in solidarity with their fellow human beings. Also, I mean, how would you even film the show? It doesn't make sense. Would you have advanced awareness of a natural disaster? Seems unlikely. It's more of a sketch comedy show. Yo, we got lucky. I will take Empty Vessel. To be honest, we could probably also afford to take, well, actually, I don't know. We'd be close on Satanic Bible. Once we used it a couple times, we'd be fine, but it's probably the safe bet, but it's still slightly risky. But so is this run, and I'm not even just playing with you. Like, we should be fine, but, you know, there are rooms that just hit us. You know, if you spawn in a room with a laser beam wielding enemy, or God forbid, 2 laser beam wielding enemies, like, best of luck to you. Even these guys, you know, they could just telefrag you. We really, we probably should have been a lot less aggressive with our devil-taking situations. But at this point, it is what it is. We're locked in. We're activated. And it's kind of nice to have a little bit of excitement towards the end of the run. And it might seem like manufactured excitement, but, you know, 4 HP is low enough that anything could happen. We could have accidentally walked into that portal right there and ruined our lives. Curse of the Unknown yet again. Okay, Mulligan is huge. Papula Duplex is at least nice. I don't know how I feel about Charm, but it is what it is. Suck that up. Okay, I think we have 3 HP. Every element of this run at this point should be like tailored to maximize the speed at which you make it to the boss and your odds of getting an HP related item or consumable. Ironically, the red heart is just not what we want. After all that, 3 HP. Alright, so we got very delicate rooms. This one's fine. Like, odds of us taking damage on that room is pretty low. Odds of us taking damage on this room, pretty low. To be honest, the charm tiers are kind of not a negative, but a little bit scary. This room's always dangerous. Just because with charm, you can't predict as easily where an enemy's gonna go. You know, without charm, it's repeatable, observable, it's scientific. I'm just begging you. You know, like these Loki's horns is not necessarily bad, but I mean, there's 1,000 HP upgrades in this game. One of them would take away our ability to fly, but would imbue us with the ability to soar. It's beautiful, isn't it? Saw it on a pizza box once. Guess I just sort of assumed that at one point on this run we would just have a bunch of HP show up. That obviously has not happened. But we've been performing pretty well. We haven't had any of the super tough rooms, but very lucky to be able to kill enemies before they can do anything to us. Okay. 3 HP, I think. Yo, huge item. Alright, my blood pressure's coming down. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be totally fine. We probably have been in a safe position for a while, but you know, if some of these rooms had gone a little bit different, you never know, dude. You never know. Unfortunately, the sun also does, like, nothing for us. Unfortunately, I also cannot see the enemy tiers. But we're gonna be... Okay, it's already done. That was the scariest one run I've ever had. Well, for now, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. What are we at? 38? 38 wins in a row. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!